currently,
Yeah, okay.
but I thought I would prefer the live training to for my understanding level. I thought live training is much needed because I'm a beginner. I'm just planning to move into IT.
Sure, sure. So I'll give the basic understanding of the SQL. So
Okay.
and the companies why the SQL is needed right now.
Okay.
So basically, we the organizations have the data, right?
Yeah.
It is not like one TB, 2 TB. It's not like that. It will be big amount of the data.
Okay.
So let's see the Uber, like normal, like the traveling and food. So whatever the products are there in our market.
Mm.
So Zomato,
Mm.
Uber,
Yeah.
so Ola. So can you give me some examples? Then I can able to go with Microsoft, Google.
All the e-commerce platforms.
Yeah, all e-commerce platforms are required that they are having some data in their organization. So whether there is the raw data or it's a new data, it's a nothing like that. So actually, these having the more like when we are in the stage of like from the COVID-19, the usage of the SQL is increases day by day right now. Why?
Mm.
Because so earlier we have we are analyzing the data with the tools like take Excel.
Mm.
So Excel also having we can like getting the data, we can analyze the data within the Excel, and there is an employee name and employee ID. Like you can see the HANA, like in financial things. So like that usage, we are day by day the tools are come into picture. The tools are SQL, like Power BI. The analysis tools also there right now. Tabview.
Mm.
So why? Because day by day data will be increases, and also the raw data in the organization we can't able to analyze. Okay,
Okay.
so that's why we are go and move into the SQL. So SQL, by using the queries, we can get the data. We can like update the data. We can we can change the data. Everything we can do with the raw data only within the organization. What I'm telling.
Yeah.
So in the practical way, so if we have the small data in the normal organizations, like when the startups you go with the startups, they do not require SQL things, SQL code and everything. So when you go to the multiple MNCs, they'll need these tools because to know the data, know the raw data, and how many employees are there, how many financial like capital is there, and which employee having how many days of their salary. So within cuttings and everything, we have maintained certain tools within the organization. It depends on the organization. Okay,
Yeah.
so coming into the SQL is the language only. So the organizations using the different tools for analyzing the data. Okay, so SQL is nothing but a data analyzation. Okay,
Mm.
so basically we have the this is the language to like enable the user to create the data and delete the data in the relational database. So
Mm.
actually, so when we consider the one like data, so what is mean by data? Do you know about the data? What is the data is?
I know, but I don't know how to explain that.
You can you can explain with your perception, then I can able to I can say.
That is a collection of
Mhm.
and I don't know how to explain.
So data is nothing but one information, right?
Yeah.
So it's a collection of the information the to collective of the information to get the particular data in the form of like what we are like using right now. So if we required one analysis, like
Hmm.
we have how many employees in the organization, that is
Hmm.
our key point. Okay,
Hmm.
so within the information, we have to get the data first. Means we have to like go into the information. So then only it is possible to know how many employees are there in the organization, right? So that is the information actually. Data is nothing but. Now, now these SQL is used in many applications. Go with that application. So SQL is used in the many organizations to analyzing the data. First thing, and also you can say one example like Facebook account. Can I like take the Facebook account for the data. So for the SQL, like I'm taking the just example. So while making a Facebook account, you see a registration form, right? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. If we are opening with the Facebook account actually, so we have the particular information. So for making the registration form, so you have to fill the form after clicking of the submit button. The
Hmm.
information filled in the database. It is going to the
Hmm.
database completely. How what the information you filled in this.
Yeah.
So that data is a raw data. It's
Hmm.
a completely it is like to store the data. So consequently, it's a communication between the registration form and database, right?
Yeah.
So the database is the language of SQL. Understand?
Hmm.
The database is the language of SQL. And then the features, like what are the features in the SQL? We know about that. We should know first. See, so SQL is works with the information. Is basically the frameworks like Oracle, IBM. These are the products current in the market. Microsoft SQL. So our fourth. Also, we can see the ANSI and ISO standard languages for the information. So
Hmm.
based on we can create and control.
Hmm.
So by using the uses we are already discussed, like we are creating, modifying, and deleting, and also setting the permissions for the table. We can view the data, whatever the data in the organization. Okay, so
Yeah.
come to the applications only. So we'll see some applications of SQL that explains the valuable information. So database, while you do database creation, okay, SQL is in the data definition. Sorry, data definition language. So which means the data definition language, we can also this definition language will be declared as DDL. So it means you can anonymously make a database. Anonymous,
Mm.
autonomously, like when you take one name, you can create one database. So it's a character structure actually. Okay, by using this, we can ensure the information based against database management. Second, this is the first application, and next one is the data control. Data control language, actually data control, DCL. So by using the DCL, you can like data like debasement, like debasement and misuses. So you can the information like determine, you can we have some information, we have to control that data. So that is the management of the data control. Third one is data manipulation language. Take data manipulation language, DML. So when we implies that it can be incredible language for the entering the information, changing the information, and separating the information with the respect to the database. That is mean by the data manipulation. Okay. So it is also used in the client or server, client or server language to interface the front end with the back end, consequently supporting the customer or worker architect. So these are the complete like the uses or applications, you can take applications of the SQL. Okay. So actually, when the commands, we should know about the commands. So actually, before going to the commands, I'll give one small example. Okay, small story I'll tell you. So
Mm.
actually, if we need one gold, like gold coin, like raw gold, we can take. We need gold, some gold. So how we are getting this gold from the rock, right? From the
Yeah.
rock, we just cut into the pieces. After that, that pieces we are mixing, like it will be tiny into small particles. After that, we are separating things into the like separation of different type of like processes. We can get complete pure gold. So it is an extraction process. We are just giving to the users. So actually we are only users, like whatever the like customers, you can take you are going to somewhere to buy gold. So it is not comes from the shop. It's comes from the somewhere they are extracted, and it is a process. Okay, they are giving some byproducts. Byproduct is like in the form of gold. Understand?
Yeah.
So whatever the raw data. So see, we are just we are employees, right now.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
if the client has client is only the financial things. Clients know, clients needs some changes in the like structure, or there something else, they are need some features. They have to know, like they are implementing some features in the raw data. So we are just go with the raw data within the organization. So we have to give that, we have to give particular data to the client. Client is nothing but client, they don't know anything. So they don't know SQL, they don't know Tabview, they don't know Power BI, and everything they don't know. They only need is, I have this. So we are going, we are need some gold. We just kept some money. We are just purchasing the gold in the shop, right? So in the same way, the raw data is a company giving raw data to you. You are responsible for to get the particular information in the raw data. So actually, before moving into the practical things, we have to know what are the uses and what are the main applications in the SQL. So because it is a like, uh, one the management, we can say one army peoples are there, soldiers. So they are, to, to the whole army peoples, they have one leader, right?
Yeah.
And like, they are saying, will like say, let's say like, there are some boss. So we are the boss of the company, like, we are analyzing the data of, with the SQL.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we are must having that analysis. We must know the client requirement based on the raw data, how we get, how modified that, and everything. So let's learn the types of SQL. So then, if we go to the understand some like basic information. So what we are learning, like DDL, DCL, DML. So we'll go more into depth. So DDL means, what is DDL?
Data definition.
Yeah, data definition. So under the data definition language, we have three parts. First is first thing is create. Okay, first is create. Next is alter. Third one is drop. Drop is nothing but delete. Okay.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
create is used while creating the new object. So it's a completely objects, right? So
Hmm.
I'm a full stack developer. We are just work with the client and data, clients and server. Server is combination with the server language, server side language, and also database. Whatever the information you submit in the forms, it will be going to the database. Database is reads the data in the form of objects. Okay, so
Okay.
just the object oriented things you will see in the raw data, what it means. Okay, so alter is used for the modifying the database objects like tables, and drop is used to delete an object. So you should remember, you should note down this. We just working with objects and also raw data in the form of objects. So type of SQL commands in the DDL, we have these commands. Next one is DML. So while you are going to the DML, there are four parts. First one is, first one is, can say select. Second one is insert. Third one is update. Fourth one is delete. So we have to know about this DML first. First is a select. Second one is insert. So select is used to retrieve one or more data from the table. So you'll see you are created one table. Then you are just like giving some command. So now it's okay. Hello, you are
It's
in
good.
mute.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So let's move to the DML. So in the DML we have the four parts. One is the select, second one is insert, third one is update, fourth one is delete. So we are using the select for the retrieve one or more data from the table. So first of all, we select the table, we select the rows, we select the columns. So it is based on the retrieve. Like we have to get the data from the given raw data. So we are just retrieve. So that is the time we are using select. Insert is mainly used for the enter a new records. And third one, update, is used to modify the record. Delete, deleting the record. So it's completely working with records. Give me a moment. I have getting on call.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. చెప్పండి. Sorry for that. So let's see. Going to the records. So it's a object. We are getting some like we are creating, altering, and dropping from the objects only. So it is from the records. DML, and last one is the DCL. DCL can say. So DCL, under the DCL we are having the three parts, that is grant and revoke. Okay, grant has to work to giving the permission to others, and revoke is work for the removing the permission. Understand?
Yeah.
So actually, in the practical way, I'll give an example. Actually, you are working in which sector?
I am working for US accounting.
US accounting. Okay. Actually, we are having like in the organization, they were providing some there is our providing some permissions to access the information
Yeah, yeah,
of the, yeah.
yeah.
So in that cases we are using the grant. So your boss will be giving some permission for the financial things. So whatever the data. So that is used like grant. Another is revoke. So if they are denied the permission, that is coming under the revoke. So actually, after completion of these commands, we just know about the how does works on the websites. Okay, we
Yeah.
should know about the SQL and how it works for the website. Actually, uh, when the company having every company having the website, hope you
Yeah.
all are know. So,
Yeah.
and the data also, we are getting the data from the not in the company, so we are getting the data from the customers, like customers are giving the data to the company.
Yeah.
So the clients, whatever the clients they have, they give the some information, and the organization also having some data of their employees. So it's a completely, we have to store in the one in the form of like raw data. So
Yeah.
whatever they are filling the forms, they are updating the financial things. So it is like dynamic websites. So how it works, then we are going to the next conclusion, okay,
Okay.
of the SQL topic. Like it's an introduction topic, okay. So how it works, let's see. So dynamic website, we'll take one dynamic website. Take this like Flipkart. I'll take, it is also one e-commerce based application. So that's why I just want to take this. So actually, we in the existing of internet. So if we have the internet only, we can access this site. So otherwise, we can't
Yeah.
go to the site, right? So in that way,
Mm.
internet all are database driven. Hmm? Understand?
Okay.
So if we
Yeah.
access any information, whether the financial, whether the so like it's a travel, well, whether it is food, whether it is a e-commerce based application, reservations, it's a connected to the database. If there is a
Mm.
database, SQL will definitely come in handy. If SQL is
Mm.
definitely coming into the picture. Why? Because we are getting the info, we are just store the information from the different type of enterprise based application, reservations and everything. So SQL is definitely, so SQL, like it's a language only. So when you are going to the Oracle, in Oracle also one of the product, okay, in that product also we are using the
Mm.
SQL language. It's a language only. It's a nothing but we are using in the products. By using this language, we just like enter into the project, we get the data, retrieve the data. So depends on the customer requirement. So however the SQL plays a crucial role. So in that role we have, there is need some entities. So actually, see, server side scripting languages, we have different type of server side languages, that is like ASP.NET, PHP, Python. We have different type of server side scripting languages, and the RDBMS database program, it is also example like MySQL, Oracle, SQL server and everything. MS Access also, MS Access also, some companies are using for the financial things, like MBA students also, they can use the MS Access also. So these are the all are RDBMS, Relational Database Management System.
Okay.
So SQL commands, HTML and CSS, so which is also the entities. Okay. So coming
Okay.
to the conclusion, so we can conclude that so regardless the relational database framework by these significant role in the enterprise based like Oracle, IBM, Microsoft, and others. So SQL is chance to learn on the point of web and the option seek after the uh, wide occasion of crash, plenty of jobs of obligations.
Mm.
So if we are going to the enterprise based application, we need some of the data. So actually I'll give one example actually for the like application part. Okay.
Okay.
So database management is completely, we are depending on the database system only. So means the data is already there. By the collection of the data, we are extracting the different like information we are getting from the different type of locations actually. So we need one small scenario. I'll take one case.
Hmm.
In 2019 to 20, the COVID pandemic will be is appeared. So at the time, we do not have to go outside
Hmm.
for buying products, for purchasing goods, whatever the needs we have. So we are depends on the enterprise-based applications. That time, so the raw data will be like it's a the database also having like much like servers also very down that time, and also data also very like how to analyze the data at the time it very difficult. So at the time, Power BI is come into picture, and the different tools are coming to picture. uh, Normally we are using the SQL only for the
Hmm.
getting the data tables and everything. So it's mainly the financial things also we are like SQL. While we are using the SQL, we can also able to like work with the financial based companies. So in my example, so I'll take one example. Actually, my friend working in the Pfizer.
Hmm.
So in that Pfizer, they giving they are just giving the credentials only for the employees.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is what they do in the role of role of SQL developer actually. What is the name like? So they work with the SQL things. So only they are giving some type of tasks. They are giving some you access to the database. So you are going like you already know about like tools which we are having the SQL and Oracle while implementation, like we are creating the database with the name, and by using of username and password we are entering into the dashboard. So then dashboard will active, the server will be visible, sorry, server will be active. So after that we are creating the tables within the schema. Okay. So that is all things we covered from the next session, but
Okay.
before that we have to know the applications actually. So you if you learn the SQL first, you will be able to analyze the data, sorry, get the data, and you can create the data and also analyze the data. It is based on the requirement of the clients only. That is completely raw data. No one can understand the raw data.
Hmm.
Even the clients also not understand the raw data. They are just like I'll just give an example here only.
Okay.
This is one user like Facebook page. This is one product there we are using for to connect the people. So by entering into the email name, whatever the email is, we are just entered into the email, and the password right like this, login. So what is showing?
The email address you entered is incorrect.
Yeah, why
Isn't
it is like that? It's error. Why it is error message come into the UI? Because of it is like the server, when the information, when the data is passed to the server, it it is completely linked with the database system. Server is different, database is different. Okay,
Okay.
it is a
Okay.
completely backend. Server
Yeah.
is helps to, server is nothing but this is the server actually. So we get the response like this. So what I mean to say, the practically whatever the whatever we are giving into the information. So I'll go another time. So take this also, login. Yes, network. There is no information. This is the response actually, normal response. This is a header, uh, URL page while we are entering into this OTP. It's not going 93. Okay. So the what is going here? So actually data will be going into the server. So we are giving the data. So by means we have to get some data, right? So it is a user interaction, like it's a completely UI page. We are giving some information, that number, what I'm entering into that number, mobile number. That mobile number enter into the database. It is already there, registered registered in the product.
Mm.
So we have to get the information. We are posting that information to
Mm.
the server. So we are getting some objects. This is the object completely. You are getting the information like the objects. The whatever the conclusion of the story. What I'm telling.
Yeah.
Actually, when we are giving some so interaction between the server, user and server. So one in the one website, we are getting the data in the form of objects. This is also object. This is also objects. This name also object. It is completely in the form of object. We are based on the requirement. We are just display in the screen. So hope we are understand the applications actually. So if
Yeah.
you have any doubt, you can ask. Then we are going into the next part. Do you have any?
No, no, I don't.
So whatever the SQL, so like queries, do you like have you installed in your system SQL server?
No, I don't. I did not.
So okay, so in the next session,
Mm.
tools which are required for the SQL,
Mm.
and how to install,
Mm.
and how to use that username and password. So are you familiar with the Microsoft or Oracle?
I am familiar with Oracle.
Okay, so we'll do the queries to the database to create the database schemas. We'll going to learn from the Oracle only.
Mm.
So SQL is only the language. It's not a hard topic what we are discussed. Okay, it's a
Yeah.
completely language. So I'll say one example, small example.
Mm.
Uh, we are using like um, it's application oriented. So I have worked in many companies, many organizations, for startups and MNCs. So when we have to add one feature, take one example like this. If I have worked like I worked in if I worked in the uh, Flipkart earlier. So we need to change this feature. There are many developers out there to um, so they are having some data. They are having some code in their laptops, because
Mm.
it's completely company giving access to them, right?
Mm. Yeah.
A company giving access to them. So then we have to add the feature. So one team is just like as they're assigned task to the navigation bar. The team, there are three or four peoples in the team. They are doing such things. Okay. At the time, the data will be if, so when if did some mistakes, if one person did some mistakes, that time the total data is collapse, the total website will collapse. So that time, they are giving one GitHub account. GitHub depends on the organization. GitHub, Atlassian, there are some, um, there can save the data, save the code into the one repository. Hmm? In
Yeah.
that repository, we can work anywhere in the world. We can clone that code into a system. We can able to change the code. We can able to access update the code with. So there is one tree. So they are giving some, like, why I'm giving this example means, we are having the data like in the product, they are using in the Oracle is used in the organization for the financial things, and everything. So in the Microsoft, they are using Microsoft SQL for their requirement. Hmm?
Yeah.
So few product based companies having their own type of databases, their own databases. That time also, these language is used to get the data, access the data, create the data, delete the data based on the their business requirement. Okay. So
Yeah.
hope you understand the things which I.
I understood. I am good with your explanation, teaching
Yes.
and all.
So actually, I'm also like learning from the, like, data science. I'm learning right now. So
So
based on the things,
actually, I have finished my B Pharmacy, after which I pursued my MBA.
great, great.
So that is the reason I have to stop with this US accounting. But this is also fine, but I'm doing night shifts, which is not supporting to me.
Yeah, okay.
US banks and all work in the nights, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to shift.
Basically,
So majority of them out of 10, 8 of them suggested SQL, MySQL.
yeah, MySQL is in the case of, like, we are using for the backend and database management only. But SQL is a product completely. Like,
Yeah.
it is
So
one.
they told start with this. Later on, you can, once you get into IT, you can later on further pursue the courses and shift.
Yeah. So actually, we need that language for to understand the application only. So it is a not like big deal.
Yeah.
So if the client asks some information, we have to uh, just we have to go for the, like, they are giving some access to you, and they are giving some information. We need this information for this purpose. So that's why we are going into the table. So based on that, we just modified that and truncate the complete information. We After that, we provide the data to them.
Mm.
So the it is a completely responsible things, what I mean to say. Software, or else what the developers, the engineers, data engineers, you are also data engineers after the completion of this course. So these are the main people, the assets of the organization. So they are must have to responsible for the data set. So I'll give one small example after that. So we are into the final stage.
Okay.
So I'll give one small. So in the last week, last before week, Adani losses so much crores of amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's based on the data only. So the data is analyzed from one person. They are giving the information to the social media. So they are completely their company or else they are affecting by the data only. So how much the importance of the data is, so we have to know. We are the assets, and we are also one like in the soldier, like major in the army.
Yeah,
So that we have to like understand the things first. So while completing, like while we are going to learn the queries, we'll I'll give one we are my friend already worked there, so I'll there I can ask that person, so we'll get some practical knowledge, can you give some information, so
mm.
then they'll provide definitely.
Okay,
So I'll teach that whatever the things I know, and if you are like if you know something, you can tell, and if you are like know some information from me, you can also ask within the like within the period of time.
sure,
It's
sure.
yeah.
Mm.
So tomorrow onwards, how to install that Oracle, and how to like create the database, going to know.
Okay,
So what are the features? Actually, when you are going to any IT, like in the IT based sector with the Oracle, so sometimes they need to ask some. Can you able to work with some other product like? I'll tell you one product is there. Informatica.
yeah. Informatica is what I am next thinking. IICS is the next my goal.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, these are the just in. They are also doing same thing. What I'm telling, like Informatica also, they are they are getting the data from the company. Um, they are they retrieve the data, and after that, they after retrieving the data, they'll give to the backend is the responsible to get the data, particular data, and they display in the screen. So what they are doing, so we have to know the fundamentals, then we can able to sustain, and we can able to learn within the short duration of the time. So it's based on our commitments only.
Yeah, I have also seen. I mean, my cousin in US works for IICS and Informatica, so she have shown me the dashboard,
Hmm.
how the things were going. There, they use the SQL queries.
Yeah.
So that is the reason she asked me to pursue SQL. Anything, either for Informatica or for something else, SQL is the main base. So go with that. Later on, you can, after 1 or 2 years, you can move into Informatica. Is what she told.
Great, great. So yeah, okay, good. So based on that, we are also like in the team we have that members, the front end, back end, SQL people. They all are that we are just giving the valid information to the client. That is our main goal. So based on the front end people, they are work with the back end people.
Mm-hmm.
Back end people get retrieving the data. They'll give some links to us after extracting the data
Mm-hmm.
of the objects, like whatever the objects in the information, so they'll give some information with the links. We are
Mm-hmm.
just fetching the data and integrated in the UI. That is
Okay.
what we are doing in the projects.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is
So
the
daily you will send the new link.
hmm.
Daily you will send the new link.
Yeah, yeah, I can send the new link to you. So,
Okay.
hmm,
Yeah.
okay, thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.